square.
Okay, so to solve this inequality, expand the bracket first. 3 times n gives you 3n. 3 times 1 gives you 3. That's less than 24. Minus 3 on both sides. That gives you 3n is less than 21. Divide by 3 on both sides. That gives you n is less than 7. Okay, so solve this inequality. First things first, if you get a bracket, expand it. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times plus 1 is plus 4. That is greater than 9, and then just solve it like you solve an equation. Minus 4 on both sides. That gives you 8x is greater than 5. Divide by 8 on both sides. And then you can just leave your answer as a fraction, so x is bigger or greater than 5 over 8. Here are the heights in centimeters of 15 plants. Draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to show this information. Okay, so let's find the smallest number, which is going to be 29. So you put the stem of 2, the leaf of 9. The next smallest number looks like it's 32. So we're going to put a 3, and then we're going to put a 2, and then we've got 33. We've got 35, got a 38 twice, and then we're going to go into the 40s, so we've got 40, got 41 twice, got 42, we've got 45, 47, 48, and then we've got 52, and then we've got 55. And then remember to put your key in your exam, so you can use any number. I'm going to use 3 line 2 equals 32. Here are the heights in centimeters of 18 people. Draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to show this information. So this time our smallest number is 153. So we're going to have a stem of 15 this time and a leaf of 3. The next smallest number is 154. So we've got 115 and then we've got the 4 for 154. Then we've got 158. So we're going to put 8 there. Then we've got 159, and then it goes in the 160s, so we've got 162, so it's going to be 16, 2, and then let me check for this next smallest, which is 165, and then the next smallest after that one is 167, and then we've got 168, and then we're going to go to 17, and we've got 177, and there's no more in the 170s, so we're going to the 80s, so 100 and 80, 83, 183 again, and then we've got 184, 85, 6 twice, 186 twice, and then we've got into the 190, so we've got a stem of 19, then we've got a 0 twice. And just be careful that you don't miss any out. I nearly missed this one out, which is 189, which thankfully just fits on the end of there. And then my key, I'm going to go with 18 line 3 equals 183. Okay, so we need to work out from the stem and leaf diagram given the range and the median. So remember, the range is the biggest number, take away the smallest. So we've got 33 minus 17, and 33 minus 17 is 16. To work out the median age, we're trying to find the middle value. So there's not many numbers here. So we can cross out from the smallest to the biggest, 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 smallest to the biggest. And now you've got 2 left over in the middle. So we want the middle of them 2 numbers. So we would add, this represents 25, this represents 27. So 25 plus 27 divided by 2 will give us 26. 72 as a product of its prime factors. So we start off with 72, we draw 2 branches and try to make 72. So we're going to use 36 times 2. When you get a prime number, circle it. 36 can be made by doing 6 times 6, and then 6 is not a prime number, so we've got 2 times 3. They're both prime numbers, and then we've got 2 times 3 again. And then that is written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. And we can simplify that down to 2 cubed times 3 squared. Okay, so we've got write 124 as a product of its prime factors. So we've got 124. Let's go with 4 times 3 will give you 12. And 4 times 1 will give you 4. 4 can be broken down into 2 times 2, and they're both prime numbers. And then be very careful here, they'll give you a large prime number. So some students might be trying to break this down, but this is actually a prime number. So your final answer is 2 times 2 times 31, which would just be 2 squared times 31. Okay, find the highest common factor of 60 and 114. So I'm going to do a factor tree for both of them first. So 60 would be 4 times 15. 4 broke down into 2 times 2. 15 would be 3 times 5. That I'm going to write out fully as 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, so I can put it in a Venn diagram. 114 divided by 2, so 100 divided by 2 is going to be 50, 14 divided by 2 is going to be 7, so that's going to be 57. 2 is a prime number. 57 divided by 2 does not work because 7 is odd, so if I just do it on the side, 57 divided by 3, 3 goes into 5 once, you got 2 left over, and 3 goes into 27 9 times, so that's going to be 19. So I've got 3 and 19, and they're both prime numbers, so they both need circling. So I've got 114 equals 2 times 3 times 19. And then I'm going to draw a Venn diagram of 60 and 114. I've got a 2 and a 2 that go in the middle. I've got a 2 that belongs to 60 only. I've got a 3 and a 3, so that goes in the middle. And then I've got a 5 that belongs to the 60. And I've got 19 that belongs to the 114. And remember, if you're looking for the lowest common multiple, you would multiply all the numbers in the Venn diagram, but we only want the highest common factor. So the highest common factor just equals 2 times 3, which equals 6. Find the highest common factor of 84 and 120. So I'm going to do a factor tree for both. So we've got 84, 4 goes into both of them. 4 is broken down into 2 times 2. And then 4 times to get to 84 would be 4 goes into 8 twice, 4 goes into 4 once, and then that would be 21, so that'd be 3 times 7. They're both prime numbers. And remember, I'm going to write this out in full, so 84 is equal to 2 times 2 times 3 times 7. And now I'm going to do 120. This is quite nice because it ends in 0, so I'm just going to do 12 times 10. That's going to be 4 times 3. 3 is the prime number, 4 needs to be broken down. And then 10 would be 2 and 5. So 120 would equal 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. And then I'm going to draw my Venn diagram. 84 on the left, 120 on the right. So the share a 2 and a 2, so that's going to go in the middle. The share another 2 and another 2, so that goes in the middle. The share a 3 and a 3, so that goes in the middle. 84 has a 7 to itself, and 120 has a 2 and a 5 to itself. And again, we're trying to find the highest common factor, so remember it's just the middle of it. So HCF equals 2 times 2 times 3, which gives us 12. Okay, so expand and simplify. So we've got a double bracket, so we're going to expand this out. Start with the x and do x times 3x, and that'll give us 3x squared. X times 7 gives us positive 7x. And now we're going to do the minus 6 times 3x. So minus 6 times 3x gives us minus 18x. And minus 6 times 7 gives us minus 42. So remember, the beginning stays the same. That gives us 3x squared. The ending stays the same. That'd be minus 42. And now we just want to collect 7 minus 18. So if I'm at minus 18 and I plus 7 x's, that will get me to minus 11x. And you're done. Okay, so expand and simplify. So we're going to do 2x times x, that gives us 2x squared. We're going to do 2x times 4, that gives us 8x. We're now going to do minus 3 times x, that gives us minus 3x. We're going to do minus 3 times 4, that gives us minus 12. And then remember, the beginning stays the same, the ending stays the same, and then you've got 8x minus 3x, that gives you positive 5x, and that's your final answer.